We're almost finished with our analysis of climate tree growth relationships. In this video, I'm going to show you how we download our climate data and get it ready to run the analysis. And in the next video, I'll show you how to run the analysis using the treeclimb package in R. So let's do it. Here's what we do. So to get your climate data, you're going to go to this website, ftp://ftp.ncdc.noaa.gov/pub/data/cirs/. Right? Maybe I'll try to put a link in the video. What we're going to download are divisional climate data. So the folder here labeled climb div is going to be divisional data. And there's a whole bunch of files to choose from. Now the first thing we need to do is look up where are what climate division you're going to use. So we can just Google climate division map. I just looked up the one for Colorado, but you can look up the whole US. Okay, so you can even just click on the Google images, and you can click on one of these images for the US. So a climate division is a section of a state that has all the climate stations, all the weather stations within that state are averaged together to give you monthly data. So here's Colorado, and I'm working on the in the western part of Colorado. So this is Colorado Climate Division 2. So that's important to know. So you need to figure out where your climate division is for your data. Now, I'm going to go back here, and if you go scroll down to the bottom and you click on this divisional readme.txt, that's going to give you a whole lot of information about what types of climate variables you have. So there's all sorts of things like CDD is cooling degree days or heating degree days, PCP is precipitation, PDSI, PHDI, and PMDI are all drought indices. These are some standardized precipitation indices with SP. We also have Tmax is maximum monthly temperature, Tmin is minimum monthly temperature, and this TMPC is mean monthly temperature. So there's lots of different variables you can choose from, and you can choose any kind you want. But I would say at a minimum choose two variables, one that has to do with precipitation, so either precipitation amounts or drought, some kind of drought index, and one that has to do with temperature, so either maximum, minimum, or mean monthly temperatures. The other information, this describes some of the data. The other thing you really need to know is the state code. So the states are in alphabetical order and they're numbered. So my state is Colorado, so I want to look for state code 5 when I'm scrolling through the data. The other thing it'll tell you is the element code, so which variable is it? So precipitation is element code 01, average temperature is 2, these drought indices, and so on. Minimum temperature, for instance, is 28. Okay, and then we'll have the year will be in. Well, let me show you. Okay, so that's important to know. So I'm going to go back to that list of files, and I'm going to download precipitation. I'm going to download total monthly precipitation. So that's up here. So climate division, PCP, well, this one. And the README file will tell you the file names that you'll need. Okay, so what we see here is, as I said, this is the state code. So the first numbers on the left, 01, so this is state 1, which is Alabama. The second two numbers are the division, so this is division 1. And then the third two is the element code. So 01 for Alabama, 01 for division 1 within Alabama, and 01 for precipitation, which is the element code 1. Then the next four are the year. So all of these data are going to start at 1895 up to the present day. Okay, and then these columns are the months. So this is January, February, March, right, all the way through to December. So what this is saying is this is precipitation in inches for 1895 in Alabama Climate Division 1. So 7.37 inches, 1.41, and so on. Okay, So I want to pull out the ones for Climate Division 2 in Colorado. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to State 5. So 05 is Colorado. 4 and 5. Okay, so State 5, and then I want Division 2. So I'm going to scroll down more. Here we go. Here. It's a little hard on the eyes, but you'll get it. So State 5, Division 2, 01 Precipitation in 1895. So I'm going to select all of these data down to the present year. So here we go, down to 2016. Okay, you see these negative 999 values. That means those months haven't been reported yet, and so that's our null value. So I'm going to hit Control C to copy those data. And then I'm going to open up my text editor. So I use TinR. You can use Notepad if you're on a PC. You can use TextEdit if you're on a Mac. You can download TinR and use that. Then I'm going to hit Control V to paste. So here are all my data just for Climate Division 2 of Colorado. Now, if you're lucky enough to be on a Mac, you can hit the Alt key and then highlight, and you can select vertically. You can also do this on a PC if you're in TinR. If you're in Notepad on a PC, it's going to take a lot longer to delete all this stuff, but you have to delete everything to the left of the year, so the division and the state, the division, and the element code. So I'm going to do that, hit the delete key, and that's gone. Okay, now I'm going to save this. I'm going to hit Control S to save, and I'm going to save it in my project folder. I'm going to save it as text, and I'm going to call it, I already downloaded minimum temperature, so I'm going to call it Colorado Division 2, and this is precipitation, so I'm going to call it PRCP. Save. Okay. Now we have to put in the column headers. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up in Excel. So let's get Excel going. And then I'm going to go to Data, and I'm going to get external data from text. Okay. Now I'm just going to navigate to my folder where I have that saved, BL460, and here it is, CO Division 2 Precipitation. So I'm going to click Import, Delimited, click Next, and these are space delimited, so I'm going to uncheck Tab and click Space, and see it's going to put them into separate columns. Click Next, and click Finish, and click OK. So now my data are all in Excel in separate columns. I'm going to insert a row to put in column headers. So I'm going to click on the top row and click Insert. Now I've got an extra space, and I'm going to use all caps, and the first column is year, so I'm going to call that year, and then the next one is January. You have to use 3-letter month codes here, so only 3 letters. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, great. Now we need to save this as delimited text again. So I'm going to go to File, Save. I'm going to save it in my project folder. So where is it? Down here, BL460. I'm going to save it as text tab delimited. So save it as a TXT, and I'm going to call it, I'm just going to rename this one. So Colorado Division 2 precip.txt. So save. It already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So now we have it. So we can close this. So now if I go and look in my project folder, now I have my precipitation data. Now if I double click this, I'll open it up in my text editor, and we see we have our column headers in here. Year. They're not going to line up when you open it in a text editor, but don't worry about it. It'll work in R. Okay, so do that for at least one precipitation related variable and at least one temperature related variable, and in the next video I'll show you how we run the climate analysis.